One of the other subjects that's sure to come up is the status of his nominees during this meeting. It's important to note that at this point in 2009, President Obama had 7 of his nominees confirmed on day 1 and 5 more in the first week. As it stands today, we have 2.
We know President Biden's beginning without a single member of his cabinet confirmed. What is your understanding on how quickly those confirmations will happen, and when should we expect additional nominations and ambassadorships to be announced?
Democrats even held up the confirmation of CIA Director Mike Pompeo, needlessly leaving one of our most important national security agencies without its top leader on day 1.
Well, Peter, the desire to get his cabinet in place and get his team confirmed is front and center for the president.
The president's been clear that he was going to prioritize the areas of dealing with the immigration system, both building the wall and making sure that we address people who are in this country illegally.
The president's priority reflected in the bill are to responsibly manage the border, keep families together, grow our economy, address the root causes of migration from Central America, and ensure that America can remain a refuge for those fleeing prosecution.
There are many mistakes that the media makes all the time. They misreport something, they don't report something, they get a fact wrong.
I will just state, because you gave me the opportunity, I have deep respect for the role of a free and independent press in our democracy and for the role all of you play.
And I think that over and over again, there is this attempt to go after this president and say, well, that can't be true and that's not right and the numbers weren't there. And there's a rush to judgment every time.
If the president were standing here with me today, he would say he works for the American people. I work for him, so I also work for the American people. But his objective and his commitment is to bring transparency and truth back to government, to share the truth even when it's hard to hear.
And he's trying to make sure that we use our resources appropriately, that we maximize things to make sure that we don't do so at the detriment of economic growth and job creation.
But I can convey on climate change, of course, and addressing the climate crisis. It's one of the 4 crises that he's identified will impact his administration, is impacting not just the American people, but the global community, is that rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement is a vital step toward doing that. The United States was one of the only countries in the world, as you all know, that has not had a seat at the table in the last few years.